Well, guys, everyone's favourite warmongering tosspot attended the WEF yesterday, and as I'm sure most expected, he said things like this.
But so I think it's around things like how do you make sure you get the right scientific cooperation and the cooperation between the regulatory authorities so in the future you can clear things much faster?
Oh yeah, Tony the tosspot, that worked out so well for the latest booster, didn't it? Just days ago, the CDC said they're investigating that same booster in its relation to strokes. This they didn't bother doing before pushing it out to the public, as some might already know. But no, clearing drugs much faster sounds like a great idea, don't it? Well, maybe it does if you got big shares in Pharmet like this Muppet might well have.
I think there's a huge impetus now for a national digital infrastructure. Digitization in healthcare is, I think, one of the great game changers. We should be helping countries to develop a national digital infrastructure, which they will need with these new vaccines.
So future jabs will require national digital infrastructure when rolled out, will they, Tony? How can you know that, and why would they when they never have before? Now, some might say it sounds like he knows what's coming before it's even arrived, almost like it's planned, but of course that can't be true, can it? Tony Blair would never hide the truth to further an agenda, would he?
In the end, you need the data. You need to know who's been vaccinated and who hasn't been. Some of the vaccines that will come on down the line will be multiple. There'll be multiple shots. So you've got to have, for reasons to do with the healthcare more generally, but certainly for a pandemic or for vaccines, you've got to have a proper digital infrastructure. And many countries don't have that. In fact, most countries don't have that.
Ah yes, in the end they need your data and they need to know if you got the jab because the condition of your freedom could depend on your medical choices among other things. This they tested out over the past few years and want to roll out in future, and as you heard it'll be multiple shots much like we've seen in recent times. Of course, I don't mind telling everyone that Tony Blair and every other scumbag there can shove it up their brown eye, because I'm never going to comply with the crap. In fact, even more so when this low-life fuckpig is part of it, let me tell ya.
If the milk turns out to be sour, I ain't the kind of pussy to drink it.